Hello, everyone. Good morning. So, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate all of you for qualifying for JEE Advanced. And I would like to also welcome you to the open house that we are conducting for IIT Bombay. Before we start, I just wanted to make a few announcements. First, please use the chat feature that is available to ask questions. We had already circulated a Google form to everyone, and you may have gotten an opportunity to ask any questions that you have. If you were not able to ask, or if you have any further additional questions, please use our chat window. You can ask the same questions again as well. Many of our panel members who are present today will be answering them for you. And we will also be doing a live broadcast of this session, which will be, you can see the link that is available and which is already shared with you. So with that, let me get us started on this open house. Please note that we will not be answering any questions related to counseling, anything related to rank, whether branch A is better than branch B, which IIT I should go for, because the objective of this open house is to give you an insight about life at IIT Bombay, what are the prospects you have if you join IIT Bombay, and why you should consider it joining IIT Bombay. We will not be discussing any statistics. Again, please visit JOSA website for the same. And there will be no questions related to a quota. Only questions we will maybe discuss is like related to supernumerary seats, more about the impact of that or any social aspects of it. So with that, I will take this opportunity to introduce our panel who is present over here. We have our director, Professor Shirish Kedare, who is with us, Professor Milind Atre, our Deputy Director, AIA, Professor Avinash Mahajan, who is Dean of Academic Programs at IIT Bombay, Professor Suryanarayan Dula, Dean of Student Affairs. And then we have many students, Professor Janni Muralidharan is there, who is the nodal faculty for the JEE, prospective JEE Women Help Desk. We have a special help desk to answer queries for prospective women students who are interested in joining IIT Bombay, again related to life at IIT Bombay, not any ranking related stuff. So she will be discussing and will be providing you some insight into how to approach her if you have any queries and whom to approach. Then we have many student cells that are also part of the support system at IIT Bombay. From there, we have convener of Gender Cell, Professor Vajanti Sharma, who will be joining. Convener of PWD Student Cell, Professor Swati Pal will be joining. And co-conveners of our SC/ST cell, Professor Sandeep Saha and Professor Lakshmisha Somappa will be joining. I am Professor Meera Raghunandan, and I am also the chairperson for the Student Wellness Center, and I'll also be part of the panel. Professor Pradeep Kumar, convener of the Scholarship Committee, as we had many questions related to scholarships that you had, he will be addressing those. And as you are aware, we are going to have a new program in IEOR department. So any queries related to that, as well as giving an introduction to the program, we have Professor Jayendran Venkateshwaran, who will be joining. And we also have other faculty members part of the panel, Professor Amitawa De from Mechanical Engineering and Professor Guru Prasad from Aerospace Engineering. And obviously, this open house would be incomplete without having student representative, because I'm very sure you are very curious to hear about what students feel and what their experiences have been, as you are also planning to be a student at IIT Bombay. So for that, we will also have 3 student representatives joining us who are also overall coordinators of our student mentor program. And they will answer your queries as well as give you some insight into program. So we will have Ananya, Vaibhavi and Janesh who will be joining for the same. I'll quickly go over how we plan to conduct the open house. We will start with address by our director, followed by address by our deputy director, and then address by deans, nodal faculty. And then we are going to talk about some experiences from our students and about a student mentor program, which is a strong support system we have for students who will be part of IIT Bombay. And if you decide to join IIT Bombay, you will see that how helpful it would be. And then we will have address by conveners and chairpersons for different student cells, gender cell, PWD cell, SCST cell, student wellness center, as well as scholarship committee. And then we will have, as I mentioned, address by head of industrial engineering and operation research department. And all these addresses, we have tried to make sure that the questions that were collected, so hundreds of you sent your queries through there. So the questions that were collected, many of them will be addressed through these addresses. And some of the questions that may not be covered, as well as some of the questions that you are putting out in the live chat, we will have an open live Q&A session with the panel, and we will address them there. So that is the brief agenda, and I hope through this open house, you will get a chance to, experience what life at IITB would be like, what your prospects as a student at IITB would be like. And as well as, I know it is a very critical time which all of you are undergoing, taking decisions related to which branch, which IIT. Through this discussion, I hope you will get some clarity, and I hope to see all of you in IIT Bombay, hopefully. So let me start our agenda item, and to begin with, I first request our director, who is also an BTech and PhD alumnus of IIT Bombay, to address the open house. So Professor Shirish Kedare, over to you.
Thank you, Mira. I'm very glad to be here. And maybe it's 44 years back on sometime in June 10, I visited the main building where I am now here and saw the list of JEE that my name is there, and I stood 81st in West Zone and 401st All India, and the life changed after that. So I'm very nostalgic, and I'll say that the life here from PhD, BTech, PhD, then my stint 10 years outside in the society, and then again coming back, has gone 360-degree development, I'll say. And so I'll just go through it. I'm very nostalgic about it, but I'm happy that you are here. You are here and considering IIT Bombay as your option, and I'm sure you will make it your final destination. One thing I'll say that what we did here is that we learned to learn. That's the main thing that I'll say in a nutshell. In my life, through my IIT life, I learned to learn. Okay, so of course in IIT there are many courses, as you know, there are on website. One main thing that we have done in last 2-3 years and changed the syllabus of BTech is that we have made it very flexible. We have made it say less number of core courses of the department, but many electives, so that the philosophy behind it is we want to make you engineers, not particular mechanical computer in the department, but make you engineers, and then you have a choice to go through electives. And that's how the structure is. You can do electives, or you can take minors of different departments. You can take interdisciplinary dual degree program. My friend, colleague, Professor Avinash, Dean Academic, will also tell more about it. But that's the philosophy of the course, that we should become engineers mainly. And then what are the specialization you can choose later also. Of course, you will take a branch now, and there is no branch change, you know. So these courses, of course, have come up through lot of grilling and lot of efforts, and I can assure of the quality, and also a great experience to learn from different professors doing different research, excellent in their field, doing the top-notch frontal research. Other question typically has is, what is the scope after that? I think the scope after this BTech course is be ready for the world. Be ready for the world and go anywhere as you want. Many alumni are in almost all fields of life after they are. Of course, many of them are in technical field, leading technology world over. But that's the take of IIT Bombay. It's the best in all IITs. We are, of course, we are looked at the ranking and we have jumped 38 points in QS ranking. But I think that's because that's the effect of the process, environment, people, perspective, approach that we have on campus. Maybe I'll go one by one about the life. There are a lot of facilities here, and I will say that you are very fortunate because 2-3 years back there was a crunch of hostels and there were old hostels, but within last 2-3 years we have brought down the old hostels and got up new, and so you will be exposed to the new facilities. And last 1 year actually we have commissioned two major hostels sitting 1,000 capacity. So this new infrastructure for hostels and other things is, I think you are fortunate to have that. Right. So we are also working on sustainable campus. So the challenges of the world today. So you will be experiencing the remedies to it. I will say that you can do everything after IIT Bombay. Yeah, of course, you will get jobs in industry. People, IIT Bombay, let me tell you, that has the highest placement statistics in all IITs. Forget about other colleges, but it's the best and much better than any other IIT. So that's about placement. But beyond placement, rather than doing job, we are job givers. So we have a lot of companies. We have a Society of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. The representative of it is not here, but you can see on the website. And we are job creators. So we have a proper innovation cell, entrepreneurship development incubation cell. We have a research park, and we are working into translation of technology in various steps. So hand holding in various steps of translation of research. So you will be exposed to it. So of course our students also go in jobs in industry, jobs in academia. They are in policy, they are in government, they are in startups, they are in various other walks of life. You name it, there is an IITian. So IITian from IIT Bombay. So yeah, let me leave it to my colleagues to elaborate more on it. But I'll say that we have a very interesting campus. We are clean, green, and inclusive. We are working towards clean, green, inclusive, safe, and happy campus. Right? So we have a complete administrative as well as faculty and students involvement. We have a sustainability group on campus. The 360-degree development of personality and making you an engineer at a core is basically, I think you can look at you after 4 years, or if you opt to after 5 years. So I will stop here, and again I will iterate that what we learned here is learn from various things, from of course the teachers, from society. We went to society, we interacted with people from industry, yes, from government agency, from the world, travel across the globe. So that's the in thing that IIT Bombay teaches you how to learn. So thank you. I'll stop here. I'll request my colleague, Professor Atre, to say a few words.
So I request Professor Milind Atre, who is our Deputy Director AIA, to address the open house. Professor Atre.
So good morning, everybody, and congratulations, first of all. And let me congratulate not only the students, but also their parents. Because, one person working for IIT, one person studying for IIT means that the family actually is working for the last 2 or 3 years. I'm sure the parents have a big role to play here, and therefore I will congratulate the parents also. Let me assure you 2 things. One is that you are coming to the best IIT, that's IIT Bombay. And second thing is, whatever branch you are taking here, it will lead you to success. So don't worry about the branches. There are various possibilities that you can do a major in one branch, and you can do minor in other branch. You can do a master's also here. So once you come down to IIT Bombay, I'm sure you'll understand your real interests And accordingly, you can actually, orient your studies and research towards the branch that whatever you wanted to get into. So don't get driven by a particular branch. My advice is get started with whatever branch that you have got. Once you come on the campus, you can do a minor in other branches. You can do a project in other branches. You can do internship with other professors also, so that all your interests get actually those addressed to here. Very important is ask questions when you come on the campus here. That I'm sure you come to IIT Bombay. What we would like you to do is ask more and more questions to the professors and your colleagues. And you are coming to the best IIT. When I say that, I'm saying it's a green, clean, and happy campus. And this is what we would like our students to get into. That they should enjoy, they should experience very healthy and very happy stay here on the campus. Lots of extracurricular activities, not that we do only study, but we are heavily into other activities. I've been a alumnus of this place. I have lived here. I have played inter-IIT cricket and I have played inter-IIT cricket with staff also. So one can really enjoy every front and name a sport and you'll find that sport available here. The hostel life is the best period of your life, I'm sure. And what will come out as alumnus of this place, this is relationship you cherish throughout your life. The vibrancy. Very important thing that director talked about. Not only that you are only on the placements, but start thinking right from first year and second year that can you be an entrepreneur? Can you have innovation around the thing that you are working on? And IIT Bombay is the most vibrant place, I say, where we teach entrepreneurship also. In fact, entrepreneurship cannot be taught, but will actually help you to sort of determine the DNA amongst you. Who could be the entrepreneurs here? What is required to become a good entrepreneur? So we would like to actually develop around, can you become the job givers rather than you yourself hunting for the job. And more importantly, not only that you come out with a fantastic alumnus, but you should come out with the best or a good human being at the end of the stage. That is what we will look at IIT Bombay students. So again, welcome to IIT Bombay and congratulations to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Kedare and Professor Atre. I think with this, I hope we are all ready. I mean, the students are ready to hear more detailed insights into each of the aspects of life at IIT Bombay. You have given a very nice picture of what they should expect. And with this, I will move to the next point in our discussion. I would request Professor Avinash Mahajan, our Dean Academic Program, to address our open house regarding, there were many queries related to academics, that as well as general academics at IIT Bombay.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So good morning and welcome to this open house session. So somewhat like Professor Kedare, I also came to this campus to look at the world. I mean, the Mentorship in 1982. To join this institute as a BTech student, and then continued higher education after that, and eventually joined here as a professor. And I've been here for nearly 30 years now, and it has been a great experience. So I would like to urge you to really consider joining IIT Bombay for the BTech program. So what I will do is try to give you, in a nutshell, what the curriculum at IIT Bombay involves. So firstly, classrooms and labs. So we here have really top-of-the-line audiovisual equipment in our classrooms. And so the learning experience is easily facilitated by this, and you'll actually enjoy being in the classrooms and learning from our top-notch professors. We also have in our curriculum two new kind of lab courses. So these are called Makerspace Lab and Design Thinking Lab. These are all top-notch equipment, and it allows you to work in groups to do projects. So this is also done right in the first year, and so it's a great learning experience. This is what we have introduced about a year back, and so all students were very happy with doing this lab. So the other detailed aspects now I'll go into. So our idea here is to provide very holistic education. So of course there are core courses in your chosen discipline, and then there are also many varieties of elective courses. So I'll just give some examples. So one is of course department elective. So if your chosen department is chemical engineering, then there will be department electives courses in chemical engineering. But in addition to that, we also have provision for electives under the general STEM umbrella: science, technology, engineering, mathematics. So under this STEM courses also you will have elective courses. Then there is a variety called HASMET. There are humanities, arts, social sciences, management, entrepreneurship, design. So these are all various aspects which are useful towards the overall engineering education. So as a result, we have HASMET electives. And then on top of this, there is also a variety called flexible elective. So you are allowed to do any of the above under this category, and there are 5 such elective courses that you can do. So you see, you can have a bunch of core courses to do, which are of course compulsory for your basic engineering education, and you complement and supplement these with these additional very flexible type of elective courses. I would also like to note that since last 2 years, we have a artificial intelligence and data science course, which is a part of the curriculum for all branches. Okay, so this is also a very upcoming area. Data science is a very new and very important area, and we would like you to be trained in that. So this is one thing we have. And also we have availability, we have a separate department of biosciences, bioengineering. So this was one question some people had. So there are courses in bioscience also available. And as Director and Deputy Director mentioned, in addition to your chosen area, you can also get a minor in a different area by just doing 5 courses. So for example, one can get a BTech in aerospace engineering and a minor in AI and data science. This is possible. One can also do multiple minors. In fact, we had a student last year who did 3 minors. So there is enough flexibility, enough opportunity to do additional courses and even get multiple minors. There is also an option for getting honors. So if your chosen department is, say, metallurgy, material science, you can do additional 4 courses which are specified in the department and get honors in that department. Okay, so you can get a BTech in metallurgy, material science with honors. So this is possible. You can also upgrade to a higher level program. So your program that you enter for is, let's say, a BTech, but you can upgrade to a MTech also. So BTech plus MTech. We have dual degree programs. So for example, you can get a dual degree in the same department. You could be doing BTech mechanical engineering and you could also get an MTech in mechanical engineering. All this is in 5 years. Okay. There is also a provision for interdisciplinary dual degree. So you could get a, for example, BTech in chemical engineering, a minor in economics, and an MTech in AI and data science. So all kinds of combinations are possible. So you can really tailor your curriculum to your liking, to your interests, and what you want to do in the future. For students who are really very bright and would like to complete courses that are doing very well academically, we have a fast track option also available. We have a provision where you can complete all the required credits in 3.5 years and then exit, and maybe you want to start a company of your own or you want to do some different activity. This is possible. So we have many students who are doing this. They complete all their credit requirements in 3.5 years, get the degree and go out into the world. Okay. And how do we do that? Well, typical credits required in a semester are about 35, which amounts to about 4 or 5 theory courses and a couple of lab courses. And if you are doing well academically in the previous years, previous semesters, we allow you to overload by almost 5-6 courses. And so it's possible to do a fast track, it's possible to do multiple minors, it's possible to do honors, and eventually it's possible to do a dual degree also. So in addition to all this, of course, many who might be more academically inclined, more inclined towards research. So this option is also available. So there are summer projects available for undergraduates. They can work with top-notch faculty in various areas of science and engineering in the institute. They can work in their labs over a summer or a winter period, and that gets documented. So they can do a undergraduate research project, and that gets documented like a URA, Undergraduate Research Award, on their transcript. And so they may be interested in higher education, and this will be useful for that. So all in all, you can really tailor your curriculum. And if you are academics oriented, you can go ahead for higher studies. If you are more interested in core engineering, happy with the BTech degree and work in the industry, that is one option you can take. If you are more interested in finance, economics, data science, this kind of area, you can go into fintech companies after the BTech. If you are more interested in business administration type of jobs, you can study for that and go towards an MBA or work in a company in that direction. If you are more interested in policy and government type of jobs, then this is also possible. We train you for that. So all in all, we try to provide a very holistic education so that at the end of it, you are really very well trained, you are able to think on your own, and either you join a job or you join for higher education or join for policy formulation or be an entrepreneur, start your own company. You know, the sky is the limit. You can just do anything you like. So with that, I would like to wind up and once again encourage you to really come to IIT Bombay because it will really open up all the options for you. Thank you very much.
Answered a lot of the questions and in such a concise but at the same such detailed manner you have provided what academic life at IIT will be. There will be some extra questions that are coming in the chat that we will go to, but for now we will now move to our next speaker. I request Professor Suryanarayan Dula, who is Dean of Student Affairs, and again he'll be the another dean you will be interacting with a lot while you are at IIT Bombay. So I request Professor Dula to address the students.
Thank you, Professor Meera, and good morning. Congratulations on actually clearing the toughest exam in the country. And like Professor Atre mentioned, it's not easy to crack this exam, and a lot of sacrifices would have happened in your family. And now is the next big step. So you are going to make choices, and we're quite sure most of you would be opting IIT Bombay as the first choice. On behalf of the students of the institute, actually I want to congratulate you once again for clearing this exam. And as Professor Avinash clearly mentioned about what happens in academic front at the institute, I would like to say a few words about what happens in non-academic life. So at IIT Bombay, this office, the Office of Dean of Student Affairs, will actually help you in shaping your personality. And most of you are aware, or you may or may not be aware, in order to shape your personality, there is no specific course that one can actually go through. It's a journey of 4 to 5 years, and which you are going to take at IIT Bombay. And our office is actually going to facilitate it, and we're going to help you in actually grow your personality. And how are we going to do it, and how we have been doing all these years, which I'm going to talk in the next few minutes. So, in addition to academics, I mean, there is no debate or discussion on this fact that academics are the most important thing. But in addition to academics, what is very important is you participate in sports, cultural, and other technical activities that happen on campus. IIT Bombay has the best sports facilities. I think you already know it. If you actually look into the YouTube videos, all our facilities were actually available there. You can actually look at those. And we have a lot of clubs, technical clubs, as well as cultural clubs, where we strongly encourage students to participate because they help you in actually growing as a team member to a team leader and a project manager. And it basically, it goes first year, second year, third year, final year. A lot of opportunities are there for you to actually learn. Okay, like Professor Kedare mentioned, IIT Bombay offers you a place where you can actually learn to learn. This is just the next step where you actually join as a student, you actually be a member of a team, eventually you actually grow as a leader. So this thing happens in the 4 to 5 year span in addition to academic. That's what this office actually tries to facilitate to you. Now we have state-of-the-art sport facilities. We have best possible support as far as technical clubs is concerned. And we have students, I'll just give a couple of examples. We have students who participate in Formula 1 racing. They build a complete electric vehicle on their own. We have students who participate in building a house, completely sustainable house on their own. So, I mean, and they have no clue about any of these things on the day they join the institute, but they learn everything after they join the institute. These are two simple examples which I'm actually giving. There are more, but I don't have enough time to discuss all those things. So, like I said, I don't want to go into the details of all those things because I'm going to talk about all those things on the day you actually join during the orientation. What I wanted to tell you right now is, how do you know what to choose or who's going to help you? We have a team waiting on standby to actually welcome you to campus. The team is called Institute Student Mentorship Team. 3 of them are actually on the panel right now to actually talk to you about. And we have a large set of volunteers. For every 12 students, we actually assign one mentor, and this mentor is going to be helping you in the first year and following in the second, third, and fourth years as well, depending upon which program you choose. And they're going to guide you not only on academics, but they're also going to guide you on non-academic matters, which includes your personal life as well as your placements or your actually which course you have to choose or which activity, which club you have to participate. There are so many things, questions which they will be answering to you. And these students are actually professionally trained to handle first year students. So they actually go through a rigorous process of selection, and they also attend many workshops so that they can actually talk to you and handle you nicely. And they are looking forward to actually welcome you on campus. And like I said, 3 of them are on the panel. They're going to talk about the program. We have a very strong support system at IIT Bombay in terms of if you are a PWD student, we actually have a very active PWD student cell to actually provide you necessary infrastructure support as well as moral support as and when needed. We have active gender cell, SC/ST student cell. We also have many scholarships which are available for students who are in need. And we have a convener of scholarship committee on the panel who is actually going to talk about it. In short, we are all, I along with the family of IIT Bombay, looking forward to welcome you all at the institute. The orientation is scheduled sometime in the 3rd week of July. Looking forward to see you all, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
So I hope all of you have now gotten a feel of both academic and non-academic life at IIT Bombay. As some of you had asked, how does IIT Bombay support all around development of students? Some of these questions will be answered through Professor Dula and Professor Mahajan's address regarding how flexible the courses are, in the sense curriculum is, what all you can do in academics, as well as in addition to academics, there are so many other things you can be part of while you are at IIT Bombay. So with that, now I will move to a different part of our discussion. As I was mentioning in the beginning, we do have a special help desk for JEE women students, prospective JEE women students who want to join IIT Bombay, and they may have some questions regarding life at IIT Bombay. Many of you filled the Google form also, but maybe you may have questions later as well. So to talk about this, I invite the nodal faculty, Professor Janani, and she will be discussing more about this.
Thank you, Meera. I'm Professor Janani Muralidharan, and I'm the nodal faculty in charge of JEE Women's Help Desk. On the chat box, I've shared the website, which deals with, which gives you more details. So like everyone has said, IIT Bombay, we build achievers, right? So what we find most important is we work hard at building an ecosystem which kind of supports these achievers, right? And we pride ourselves to be the chosen place for young, independent, and vibrant women who have gone on to become really successful people. So we work, our website works towards giving information, support for women who would like to consider IIT Bombay as a place for moving forward in their career. So if you have any questions related to social infrastructure, social settings, academic, technical questions that you can think of at any time, please reach out to us. The website link is given to you. It gives you more information. It provides you a list of testimonials of people who have been here, but then who have gone ahead to achieve a lot more. So they've shared their experiences, their thoughts on what enriched them, what opportunities enriched them. We have, more importantly, a contact list on the website, which gives you contacts of student mentors whom you can write to, department-wise mentors you can write to, and they will kind of reach out to you and answer your questions, any questions that you might have on wanting to join us, right? So please check out the website that we have shared. And I will also share the email ID to which you can write any questions that you would like to. Of course, we will not take counseling related questions or your rank, but any queries you want on support, on any kind of opportunities, questions about branches that you have, what kind of opportunities women have, we will be happy to help you out, right? So please write to us, and I'm sharing the email ID on the chat box right now. Thank you, Meera.
Please use this resource that is available to you. I know some of you, students as well as parents, may have certain concerns regarding joining IIT Bombay or what are the facilities that are there. We'll try to answer most of the queries, but even after the open house, if you have any further questions, please feel free to send email and contact our JEW help desk. Now, we will take a slight deviation now in the open house and talk to some of our students who are present in the panel. To start with, first we are going to talk about our student mentor program, and for that I request Ms. Vaibhavi Shinde to let us know. As Professor Surya had mentioned, it is one of the big support systems you will have if you are a student at IIT Bombay. So I request Ms. Vaibhavi, please let us know about the program.
Hello, ma'am. Thanks for the warm introduction. Hi, everyone. First of all, congratulations on this huge milestone. I'm Vaibhavi. I recently completed my third year in BS Chemistry, and I'm head of SMP Student Mentor Program along with Ananya and Jaivish. The Student Mentor Program at IIT Bombay is here to help you to transition smoothly into life at IIT Bombay. We work very closely with IIT Bombay administration, and we provide comprehensive support to ensure that you have the best possible start at IIT Bombay. Whether it be academics or extracurricular activities or simply adjusting to a new environment, we are there to support you. IIT Bombay is here to support you at every step of the way. SMP has various cabinets. There's ISMP mentor program. These are the final year students allotted as mentors to first year students. So when you enter IIT Bombay, you will get a mentor whom you can always reach out to for your doubts, whether it be about campus life, solving academic and personal issues, and guiding you throughout the first year. These student mentors are always going to be there by your side. There's also a DAMP mentorship program who will support you in your second year. This is mostly about your academic journey, your career confusions, or the internships and placement stuff. Apart from that, as you all are aware that the medium of instruction at IIT Bombay is English. And if you are not that comfortable with English, it's totally fine. SMP has English learning program to help you throughout your journey. We work very closely with British Council and Elite English Language Improvement Training, where you can take sessions and work on your communication, English communication and English grammar, or whatever your problems are. So the students will help you out in learning the English part. So apart from that, there's a counseling, training and outreach cabinet where we work very closely with Student Wellness Center to organize events and initiatives which mostly deal with the life at IIT Bombay. So if you are facing any kind of issues, whether it be academic or personal issues, you can reach out to SWC and student mentors. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, you have seen that there's a famous quote by Professor Dumbledore that the help is always offered at Hogwarts for those who ask for it. So I tweak it for IIT Bombay. So it's like help is always offered at IIT Bombay for those who ask for it. The entire SMP team and the IIT Bombay administration is always help you to help out in case of any problems and issues that you will face in your life at IIT Bombay. So feel free to reach out to us, any of us, through SMP website or the prospective student website. With that, I'll hand over to Meera ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vaibhavi. We also have two more, addresses. Basically, what we thought is you would like to hear from our students how their life has been in IIT Bombay, right? So let's have that discussion. We have two students who will be talking a little bit about that. First, I will ask Ananya Srivastava to tell us. She's a student at IIT Bombay, so you can tell how your life has been at IIT Bombay to the prospective students who may be joining us.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations to all of you. As Vaibhavi mentioned, both three of us, Janish, me, and Vaibhavi, are the heads of the student mentorship program. And I'm a third year student from the Metallurgical Engineering and Material Science Department. And if I had to talk about my experience at IIT Bombay, it has been nothing short of colorful, be it academically or socially. Coming to academics, the professors here are extremely helpful. There have been times where I've had multiple doubts or I've requested professors for time and they've gladly taken the time out for me. So, in all, it's a very supportive environment academically, both from the professor side and from the various institute bodies that are here specifically for students. And coming to the peer group, I'm sure all of you have heard about the peer group and the strong alumni network at IIT Bombay. And let me tell you, it is even better than it sounds. I've been here 3 years, and as you enter your first year, the three of us will be entering our fourth year. And let me tell you something about the last 3 years at IIT Bombay. Earlier, I used to be very intimidated by everyone around me, the skill set that they possessed. But over the course of these 3 years, the mentality shift that I've experienced, that now I feel equipped to deal with anything that comes my way, either it's professionally or academically, is due to the resources that I've been provided at IIT Bombay. And I've been so inspired by my fellow peers. I have seen students go from beginner to advanced in a particular skill or a particular field just by the resources that the institute provides you. So personally, I've been a part of various clubs at IIT Bombay. I've been a part of the racing team where we build Formula style electric race cars. So I've represented IIT Bombay as a part of this team in UK. So as a fresher, I mean, when I entered, I had absolutely no idea that I would possess the skill set to do something like this. But IIT Bombay equipped me with everything required. So again, to summarize, the culture here is of growth. So you can pick whatever you want to do, be it research or non-core or entrepreneurship, anything. And every resource that you need to master it is available here at IIT Bombay. Thank you.
So I now request Jenish Mehta, if you can speak a little bit about how your experience has been as a student at IIT Bombay, how your student life has been.
Sure, thank you. Thank you for introducing me. So, I'm Janish Mehta. I'm a third year student at electrical engineering, and along with Ananya and Vaibhavi, I'm one of the overall coordinators of Student Mentor Program. So, if I were to talk about my journey here at ITB, so when I entered, it was just after the dreadful period of COVID, and I was someone who had always been living with my parents, and was kind of dependent on them. So when I came here, I felt that I was on my own, which I obviously later realized is not true. There are so many support structures. There's a lot of people you can approach if you're feeling something like that. So that's something I realized later. But yeah, that's how I felt. I felt homesick. But then I had some discussions with my mentor, and then he gave me, some tips on what I can do. And now, when I look back at the 3 years that I spent at IITB, I really feel that this definitely were the best 3 years that I've spent in my life. Because I've made some of the best friends that I currently have, and have some of the most cherished memories with them. So I also became the alumni secretary for my department in my second year, and I'm now the student mentor program coordinator as well. So I have had my fair share of experiences of what the institute has to offer. And so typically when you hear of IIT Bombay, what comes in your mind is, the great level of placements that they have, the amount of job opportunities that you get. But I really, really feel that IIT Bombay has much, much more to offer than that in terms of the opportunities that IIT Bombay creates, be it in culturals, technical aspects, sports, or even research, right? These kind of opportunities are unparalleled, and I feel that this is what makes IIT Bombay the college it is. So, all in all, I would just like to end by wishing all of you the best of luck in whatever you choose. And I'm sure that you'll all have a great time here at IIT Bombay, because it's honestly one of the best places to be in. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you, Meera ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. I'll hand it over back to you.
Thank you, Janish. I hope all of you got a gist of what life at IITB as a student will feel like from a student's point of view as well. Now, we have been hearing support structure, and many things that are available, and many student cells that we have talked about. They have come across in our discussions by deans as well as our director, deputy director, and students. So slowly we will now move our discussion from life at IITB Bombay to the support system that you will have at IITB Bombay, which will be part of your life at IITB Bombay actually. So first I would like to request Professor Vajanti Sharma, who is the convener of Gender Cell. As a woman student, you may have some concern, or as a student generally, you may have some concerns related to, any gender-based discrimination. So we received some questions related to that as well. So I request Professor Vajanti Sharma to address the open house and, let them know what Gender Cell is and how they can approach the cell and what will be useful for them during their time at IIT Bombay.
Thank you so much, Meera. Congratulations to everyone. You've heard how IITB is the best place to be at. And I will tell you at least one way in which we can make your lives better when you're here and how we can support you. So this is a time when you're facing a new and exciting chapter in your life, and that will come with its own challenges. So the Gender Cell first came into being as the Women's Cell in 2002, and later with the enactment of our policy on sexual harassment, it was renamed the Gender Cell. And a crucial part of the Gender Cell is what is called the Internal Complaints Committee. And I will focus a little bit on the various parts of this body. Yeah? Our focus is to promote equality, prevent discrimination, and provide gender justice. And what does all of this mean? So both the GC and its sort of subset body, the ICC, we strive to create an egalitarian environment where all members of the community, not just the student body, but also the staff and the faculty and everybody who sort of contributes to life at IIT, are afforded equitable treatment and equality of opportunity. So this is to enable you both to achieve your academic and your professional personal growth in a way that does not make you feel that you've been held back in any way. Yeah? So the cell itself works on a couple of sort of basic properties. So we have prevention and prohibition of sexual harassment, which involves two things. One is sensitization. So what do? We sensitize the institute community on gender issues, because much of what is needed in this matter is education and awareness. So we need to know what things are, we need to know how to be able to react to it, and what solutions available are. Okay? So you learn about things, you begin to see your own lives and the lives of others with more sensitivity, and that helps you also in your growth as a person and as an adult. So the way we do this is to have orientation sessions, we have workshops, we have invited talks, we provide training for students in positions of responsibility, which includes all your mentors who have had the training, the Mode Indigo, Tech Fest, and other body coordinators, and all our staff as well, including the security personnel and the staff you will be dealing with, and faculty members. So all of us are sort of sensitized to the issues that come under the purview of the Gender Cell. We observe the law on sexual harassment, so we provide guidelines for protection from sexual harassment. And of course, a core and a very critical part of this body is a redressal. And that is where the Institute Complaints Committee comes into being. And according to the SHWW Act and Rules of 2013, a complaint can be made against any male for individual professors, other students, staff, vendors, lab personnel, any number of, so basically in the community, if there is an act of sexual harassment, this is the body that looks into it. Okay? While the law itself does not address other genders and does not have a sort of a wider perspective on the matters, the Gender Cell does strive to provide protection in various ways. And this could be acts of verbal or physical bullying or any other way of discriminating. And we do get into it. We do try and address those issues. We have taken other kinds of steps in the sensitization process, and we have developed a course which is compulsory for students to take. It has multiple models, and it will create more awareness and also form part of your education. And primarily to say that sexual harassment is not about bad people doing bad things, etc., but there are systemic issues within our society within which we all have to sort of work and live, and how can we best sort of make use of the opportunities that we have available to us. So powers discrimination or patriarchy, which is a word that you hear a lot in the social sciences, all of these are a product of the society we live in, and we sort of work within the societal setup to see that we are free of these kinds of constraints. So we take this issue very seriously. We try and address all complaints through the ICC. We also try and educate and create awareness. And we offer support through multiple sources. So it could be a member of the gender cell, it could be the student mentors, it could be through the wellness center, it could be your faculty instructors, the deans, anybody, right? You can sort of approach anybody, and then we can sort of move along with this issue. A sort of a larger question is one of general safety, both physical safety and personal safety of women students especially. And while the Dean Student Affairs can sort of address it more in detail about the security aspect of it, I do want to say that Mumbai is one of the safest cities in India. And, movement is free, and there is hardly any issue with coming back from the airport or traveling to the city, etc. And on campus in particular, we are very, very sort of proactive about making sure that girl students feel physically safe and are able to carry out all the tasks that they need to carry out without fear of being out in the world. You will be coming from very many different backgrounds, from metro, rural, etc. But this is a very safe campus, and it's a very supportive campus. So again, for those of you who eventually choose to come here, I look forward to meeting you, and good luck.
Thank you, Professor Vajanti. Next, I request Professor Swati Pal, who is the convener of the PWD Students Cell, to talk about the cell and, address the open house.
Hi, congratulations to all. And with respect to PWD Student Cell, IIT Bombay aims to create an accessible, inclusive, and equal opportunities campus for persons with disabilities. The PWD Student Cell has been asked with working on accessibility, developing resources, and formulating policies for supporting students with disabilities. In this way, it participates in the decision-making process within the institute concerning students with disability. I will touch upon a few of the key aspects. First, with respect to accessibility, most of our new hostel facilities are PWD friendly and with desired ramp facilities, tactile tiles, and toilets. In most buildings, we have lifts and ramps, which actually help the movement of the specially able students. Most importantly, the PWD students can avail the ambulance and IIT Bombay hospital facility like other students. And also the institute has several schemes to aid the students with respect to wheelchair availability and other facilities. With respect to education, IIT Bombay follows the Government of India guidelines for seat reservation and also follows the GOI guidelines for conducting the written examinations. Faculty take the help of accessible learning platforms and assistive technologies in making class material and assignments accessible. To ensure the psychological and physical well-being of persons with disabilities, the cell works in sync with the other cells such as Students Wellness Center, Gender Cell, Placement Cell, to make various processes more inclusive and to ensure equal opportunity for the students. Last but not the least, the PWD students have an opportunity to participate in various clubs and activities in IIT Bombay depending on their interests. Finally, once you join, you can access the relevant information from IIT Bombay PWD Students website, which is completely accessible. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Swati. Now we will move to our SC/ST student cell at IIT Bombay. I request Professor Sandeep Saha to address our open house.
Yeah, congratulations to all. Yeah, congratulations to all. So we are the conveners of SC/ST cell, and you can also access the website of SC/ST cell like ststcell.iitb.ac.in. The aim of the cell is like this. We addresses the academic and non-academic issues and complaints received from the students belonging to the SC/ST cell communities. The institute strives to ensure an environment where all communities can participate in academic and research activities without any sort of caste-based discrimination, without any sorts of other discrimination. In order to maintain such an atmosphere, the SC/ST cell, student cell is also responsible for sensitizing the campus community and freeing up people from caste biases, either conscious or subconscious. The cell aims to ensure that anti-discrimination laws in the context of caste are followed in the letter and in spirit. The institute is proud to implement reservation schemes as sanctioned by the Indian Constitution and as mandated by the government. So, in summary, we ensure the overall welfare of SC/ST students. So, for example, if some students are underperforming, we provide mentorship to them, and we also assign a single mentor to the underperforming student so that he or she can score a good marks there. As well as we also sensitization of we carry out the sensitization of the campus community, and also some orientation program we also carry out at the beginning of each semester, and also we carry out several programs such as like a session on resume building, then job opportunities in new and emerging fields, as well as motivational talks by the renowned person in India who has a SC/ST background. And further, we also have this grievance and complaint handling system, and we ensure that each complaint should be addressed within 48 hours from the filing of the complaint. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sandeep. Then as you are now have been introduced to different support system that is available for students at IIT Bombay, now we are going to talk about another major support system that we have available at IIT Bombay, which is our Student Wellness Center. So as you join IIT Bombay after securing admission and you come here, there are many things that you will encounter. So there is obviously the fact that your academics is important, your physical health is important. It is equally important that your mental health is taken care of as well. And that's where our Student Wellness Center takes care of that. We have, sorry, thanks. So, as you will join IIT Bombay, you may face, while you are here, and you may have already faced some of these challenges, like there are academic concerns, pressure from family, peers, difficulty making friends, or anxiety, stress, which you may need someone to help deal with. There are many support systems that are available. You can talk to your mentors, and in addition to all of that, you can also come to the Student Wellness Center. Our Student Wellness Center comprises of student counselors. We have many student counselors that are available, whom you can come and have one-on-one counseling with, discuss your concerns in complete confidentiality. You will get a space to have these concerns discussed and help deal with these situations that you are facing. We also have an online counseling which is available 24/7. So if you are more comfortable just sitting in your room and taking these sessions, you can use these options as well. In addition to all of that, the Student Wellness Center also conducts a variety of programs which students can take part in and attend, specifically related to different, specifically such as different workshops related to stress management, or let's say relationships, or reducing anxiety. Many such things are available. And during your time at IIT Bombay, when you encounter any such concerns, this is another space where you can just come and talk and take care of your mental health along with your physical health. So this is something very important for us at IIT Bombay, that you are feeling fit in all aspects of your life. And Student Wellness Center, and I will post the link over there, which you can check it out, will provide that major support system to you while your time at IIT Bombay. So with that, I will move to the next part of the discussion. So we are now going to talk about, there were many questions related to what are the different scholarships that are available at IIT Bombay. So I would request Professor Pradeep Kumar, he is the convener of the scholarship committee at IIT Bombay, to talk about that.
Yeah, good afternoon. And first of all, congratulations to all of you. So I want to talk about the scholarships, institute level scholarship available to students. So we have 3 major scholarships which are offered by the institute. That is Institute Merit Cum Mean Scholarship. So the merit is for the first year student, the merit we consider your JE rank, all irrespective of the program which you are in, branch which you are going to get in. So the overall rank is considered, and it is applicable to both UG programs or also for dual degree programs actually. Also, people who have cleared UCED, they are also eligible for these scholarships. So the means coming from the parental income, joint parental income, your family income of the last financial year. So that is from 1st April 2023 to 31st March 2024. So that income should be below 5 lakhs. This is as per the government of India rules, which we cannot change. So that you have to be aware. And if you want to apply for this scholarship, so you need to get a income certificate from competent authority. So this you can start procuring it right away. So this will be very helpful to apply for this scholarship. So what are the benefits of this scholarship? So in this Merit Cum Mean Scholarship, you get complete fee waiver, and also depending upon the income slab. So if your income is below 1 lakh, so you not only get the fee waiver, but also you can get a scholarship of around 40,000, if I remember correctly, so which can cover your hostel fee, etc., hostel mess fee, etc. So then from 1 to 3 lakhs, you get 30,000. From 3 to 5 lakhs, you get 20,000, like that. So moreover, if you are a girl student, you get additional 10,000 for under this scheme actually. So this is the most beneficial scholarship. So then for those who are only coming under the remission of fee criteria, so that is strictly based on the parental income. So the merit is not considered, but if it is only for the parental income, so this is again the cutoff is 5 lakhs, and there are various slabs. So if you come below 1 lakh, you will get the full remission of fee, and if you come from 1 lakh to 5 lakhs, so the scholarship will be 3/4 of the total fee, the academic fee which you have to pay, not the hostel fee. So then for students belongs to SC/ST category, we have facilities of free messing actually. So there also the income cutoff is there. So you have to fall under below 5 lakhs criteria. So then you get the hostel mess fee waived off. So for applying for all these scholarship, there is a portal which we will open in August. There you can apply for the scholarship, and based on your eligibility and your rank, etc., we will give you the best scholarship suited for you actually. So you need to upload the documents only once, and you have to apply only once. Every year you need to apply. So that will be opening August. And also there is a very detailed FAQ for the scholarship available in our academic website. You may want to go through the same. So again, I am stressing you, the most important document you need to procure is the income certificate from the competent authority. We are not going to take this ITR returns, etc. But please keep that in mind. So on top of this, we also have some name scholarship, which is given by our Dean Alumni and Corporate Affairs Office. And these are scholarship coming from our donors, mostly corporate donors. And there the income criteria may vary. If I remember correctly, it's 8 lakhs. And last year, and there that is also quite beneficial scholarship. So you get to complete the fee along with your hostel fee, everything. So because that is quite beneficial. And last year we had given around 430 scholarships under this. And there are a chunk of scholarship dedicated only for the girl students. So Oracle has provided around 200 scholarships for girl students. So that may continue. So if you don't fall under any of this category, still we don't want to leave you out. So every student is important to us, and there is a financial assistance program operated by our alumni association. So this is an interest-free loan. Actually, it's not a scholarship; it's an interest-free loan. You can approach. They have a dedicated website for this. You can approach them. You can take an interest-free loan from them and pay the fee. And then, whenever you get the scholarship, or whenever if you are not getting any scholarship, after you graduate, when you get the job, you can start repaying this amount actually. So these are the various aspects of this scholarship and the loans facility available from the institute. If you have any questions, please write to us. Our email ID is ugscholarships@iitbombay.ac.in. And also we have a website in the academic website, and also all the institute scholarship information we are planning to share along with your offer letter. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Pradeep. So now let's move to one of the last and not the least important discussions. I request Professor Jayendran, who is the head of the new IEOR department, and many of you have asked about this new program that will be there from IEOR department. So I request Professor Jayendran to give some clarity on that and let us know more about the program as well as the department. Thank you.
Thank you, Meera, for the opportunity, and once again, congratulations to all the rank holders. It's a nice opportunity to meet all of you virtually now. So the IEOR, I want to say upfront is that the IEOR program, IEOR academic unit has been here in IIT Bombay since 1976. We have been offering postgraduate programs, masters in IEOR, MSc in operations research, as well as PhDs. The last 10-15 years, we have also opened up for a lot of undergraduate level electives, undergraduate minor program, IEEE programs, which has been quite popular. And based on the feedback from the industry, the current industry demands for kind of emerging skill sets in the areas of analytics, deep tech, and kind of decision-making flavor, data science, systems thinking. We have put together this BTech program. So this BTech program is a new offering from this year. So the faculty and the academic unit has been around for quite some time. The program itself, as well as the faculty and the students, are all multidisciplinary. The faculty coming from various departments, including the background in industrial engineering, mechanical, computer science, electrical, and so on. We are also incubating Center for Technocrat Center of Applied Artificial Intelligence, as well as IIT Bombay FedEx Center for Advanced Logistics and Analytics. Both these centers, as students will have opportunity to interact and do projects in. This brief background is based on one of the questions in the chat, where we wanted to know what are the non-obvious things about the program. We do have put a brief description about the program, which you can access in our website, ieor.iitb.ac.in/btech, has some more details about the program and curriculum. Maybe I can just start with the career prospects. There is a lot of demand for kind of skill set that this program aims to train students in, especially in analytical and computational skills. Some of the core jobs that is out there for graduates in IUR includes obviously industry engineer, operational researcher, but also includes data analyst, business analyst, supply chain analyst, financial risk analyst, AI engineer, quality manager, a management consultant, and so on. So keeping this as well as industry feedback as well as future demands, we have put together a curriculum focusing on applied mathematics, statistical analysis, computing, hands-on problem solving, as well as some flavor of engineering technology. Our courses includes basics on mathematics, probability models, data structures, algorithms, and computing, as well as OR topics such as optimization, simulation, probability models, systems thinking, game theory, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, data analytics, etc. And also the engineering flavor of industrial systems, or logistics, supply chains, operation analysis, service systems. And these will be complemented with some very interesting flavored hardware as well as computational labs, including labs on digital enterprise systems and data analytics and AI. With that very brief intro, if you are interested in data science, computing, decision analysis, and want to creatively use tools of mathematics, statistics, computing to solve some really exciting real world problems, then you may find this BTech and IUR very useful. I look forward to meeting some of you in a couple of months' time, rather in a month's time, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Jayendran. So I think we received many questions, and I think many students are interested in the program. So, looking forward to them coming to IIT Bombay. Now we'll move to, some of the questions that were posted in the Google form, and I know many of you are actively asking these questions in the chat as well. So I will start with a few of them. I think we should start with the most important question. How are the hostels? We received questions ranging from, is there a washing machine, to what kind of food is served? So I think in order to answer what are the hostel amenities and how life in hostel would be, I think the best person to answer would be a student itself who is living in the hostel. And maybe Professor Surya can add something to it. So I will request Ananya, if you can talk a little bit about the hostel amenities, and you can give a clear insight to what students will experience when they are joining IIT Bombay.
Yes, sure. So, as far as the hostels are concerned, the hostel that the freshers will be allotted will be H16 and H1 mostly. And these hostels are one of the newest hostels that have been constructed here. And they are very well connected. The rooms are very spacious, and it is connected to every part of the institute, very well connected. There are also electric buggies that take you from your hostel to either the lecture hall or any other hostel or any other place within the campus. And the facilities in the hostel, there is a utility shop which is specific to each hostel. So a very good utility shop is there in the hostel 16 and hostel 1. There are cycle sheds, and the mess, each hostel has its own specific mess. So it is very convenient for you to eat in your own hostel. And if Professor Suranarandullah could add.
So tell a little bit about, I think some students have asked about no onion, no garlic food. Is that option available? Very specific questions we have received regarding food. So
yes, it is. So accommodations are made for every requirement that you may need. I think my voice is.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yes.
Okay, so provisions for sharing food, everything is in. I live in H15, so there is a separate section as well where people can eat food as per their requirements. And they're usually open to any sort of feedback, anything that you need. So it is pretty flexible as per whatever your needs may be.
Mr. Surya, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I think Ananya pretty much covered everything. So what I wanted to add is that the vision of the hospital is actually decided by. So most of the faculty members or campus residents, they also actually go and eat in the hospital. So that both are very well.
And one thing I can definitely guarantee is that we may not be able to give you the food that is cooked by your mother or father. That is not guaranteed, but otherwise you'll get really good food and very good stay on campus. That is definitely guaranteed.
What about faculty advisor system? Can you add something on it?
So I think in addition to the student mentorship program, we also want to tell you that in each department, for certain set of students, a faculty advisor is actually assigned by the head of the department. And this faculty advisor plays a very important role in actually career shaping of the student, as well as guiding and mentoring the student during the semester, especially primarily on the academic front. But a lot of students actually take help from faculty advisors on non-academic front also. For example, if they want to discuss something about their personal life, it could be financial problems or it could be some issue at home. A lot of students are very comfortable in actually talking to faculty members. So in addition to the student mentors, it's also advised that you actually talk to your faculty advisor very regularly. That's very important. And I think who will be your faculty advisor, all those things we'll be telling you during the orientation session.
Thank you, Professor Surya. There is also another question which was raised by especially women students. So I would again bring it up, and it was partly addressed by Professor Vajanti also. There were questions related to how is the safety and security on hostel, campus, and in general, like, you know, being part of IIT Bombay, and also some things related to are there special amenities in terms of any shops in case students need to, women students, they need to buy something. I think it's a very general discussion to be had, but maybe Ananya, you can add, as you are a woman student staying on campus, and how is safety, security on campus?
All right, yeah, sure. The entry of students inside campus is using an ID card. So the entry and exit of anybody in the institute is monitored. So it is controlled as to whoever enters. Then we recognize the autonomy of students. So there are no restrictions on students, but there are restrictions on those entering from outside. So you can be sure that it is very safe. The campus itself is very safe. Again, coming to safety within the campus itself again is very safe, and at every entrance of every hostel there are security guards, and they ensure that no male students enter the female wings or the female enter the male wings. And there is also the gender cell in case of anything that you may feel the need to report. Coming to the shops that cater to women, yes, there are shops in the women hostels that cater to girl specific essentials. So anything else that you require me to cover?
Anything can be delivered also on campus, like being in Bombay, that is an advantage. I don't like, we all are nowadays taking advantage of that aspect. Anything, Professor Surya, you would like to add?
Yeah, so definitely I can say that this is one of the best and the safest campuses we have. And not only during nighttime, even during daytime, we actually have security patrolling all over the campus. And we have something called a quick response team. They generally come to actually make a call within few minutes because they are spread out the campus. So as far as safety is concerned, whether it is girl or boy, doesn't really matter. We actually take it very seriously and very equally. So there is no problem as far as safety is concerned. I've been living in this campus for almost 15 years. I was also a student here. I did my master's. We never encountered any issues pertaining to safety of us. It's very well taken care of this.
Thank you, Professor Surya, and thank you, Ananya. Yes, please go ahead.
There is a question in the chat. Can girl students walk alone safely back to the hostel from library in the late evening? Yes, the answer is a very big yes. Any single time that you're inside the campus, you are completely safe. Do not worry. I myself there have been times where I've had to attend meets, and it is a completely safe environment to walk inside the campus and at any point of time. So just wanted to clarify that for all the women students.
CCTV coverage also, like there is a lot of resources available to have better safety on campus. Now, some academic questions I will move to, and I'll direct them to Professor Mahajan. One, I think student has asked over here that can you tell why should a student do honors, and what can they do double majors? Is that an option to do at IIT Bombay?
Okay, the first question was about why do honors. So many students would like to go into
greater depths in the field of their choice. Somebody might be doing BTech in electrical engineering, but maybe they have ideas of going into higher education, etc.
So they want to go into greater depth. So there are these higher level courses which they can do, and then that allows them to graduate with a degree in electrical engineering, but with honors. So this is available in each of the departments which offers a BTech. So that may be one of the intentions of students, motivation of students who want to get an honors. Sorry, what was the?
Double majors.
So double major. So at this point, the institute does not have a provision for a double major, but there are these other options available where you can do a higher degree, MTech degree, and even in a different discipline. So you can be doing BTech in electrical engineering, but you can do MTech in computer science. You can be doing BTech in aeronautical engineering, but you can do MTech in AI and data science. So you can change fields also. So at this point, I think that is providing much more flexibility than a double major. But this is something we'll look at in the future. Double major is a possibility, but in the future.
I think while you were talking, we just got a question. Can they do a dual management degree along with a BTech?
So again, MBA is available in the dual degree program. So you can do a BTech in energy science and an MBA. So this is also possible. In 5 years, you can get both degrees. Yes.
Yes.
So I'll add that there are many interdisciplinary centers other than the department. So they also offer like master's program in this. So you can have electives and minors in such centers. So can you give some examples?
For example, we have interdisciplinary program. Okay. Previously, IUR used to be an interdisciplinary program, which is now a department. Systems and control is one interdisciplinary program we have. We also have C-Minds, we also have digital health. So there are so many new, especially these interdisciplinary programs are constituted in those areas which are actually very nascent. So if new area starts coming up, and then we generally start these new IDPs because they cater to the special requirements of the students. And over a period of time, they actually become centers as well as departments. So we have another center called Sitara where students actually take a lot of electives who actually want to work in the rural areas. Who have a lot of interest in working with the rural areas. They actually take a project in Sitara. So I think, like I still remember what Professor Mahajan, sky is the limit. So you have to just think what you want. If it is not there, we'll make sure that it's actually available for you. So I think it's completely up to you now.
Thank you, Professor Surya. And thank you, Professor Mahajan. There are a few more questions also. One is related to the DD program. So one student or prospective student, the question is if DD is at present a 5-year course and after third year, someone decides not to continue to the MTech part, does the institute allow an option of an early exit, continuing only as a 4-year BTech?
So right now at entry level, dual degree program is available only in electrical engineering. So at JEE entry level, you can opt in JOSA, you can opt for BTech plus MTech in electrical engineering. And if you want to
change that, go back to a 4-year program, there is some provision for it, which is there in the rule book. So it's not totally forbidden, but there are some conditions that have to be met in order to exit. When you are entering for a 5-year program and then you want to exit in 4 years with only a BTech. So there are some conditions for that. On the other hand, if you enter for a BTech program and decide to convert to a dual degree, so you start with a BTech, then you want to convert to either interdisciplinary or in the same department dual degree, and then by the time you get to it in 4th year, you change your mind, okay? Then also it's possible to get out with just a 4-year degree program. There's also one more option available, which I had not mentioned in my earlier talk. So some students might be facing academic difficulties or they might be interested in different things. After they enter IIT, they find they're more motivated by some other things, not the traditional engineering disciplines. So we have a provision to for such students to exit with a BSc engineering degree, and that can be done in 3 years. So it's a 3-year degree, and some students have made use of this in the previous 1 or 2 years. It's a recent provision that we have made, and so you have a fast track. You can get out in 3.5 years doing the full credits. You have somebody who wants to get out with a 3-year degree. There's a BSc engineering degree with a specialization.
that you can go out after 3 years also. You can stay on for 5 years, do a BTech plus MTech in the same department, different department. So, lots of opportunities, almost everything is allowed.
Another question, Professor Mahajan, we are getting from many students in different ways is regarding branch change. So is there a reconsideration? Will it be possible? Can it still happen? So maybe you can talk a little bit about that. Can they have a branch? Will we reconsider? And maybe, someone can add.
So this was decided in the Senate a year back that we are revoking the branch change option. So right now it doesn't exist. So at least for this year, for students who are entering this year, this provision is not available.
Other question which is also asked in a common theme, that is, what is the difference between a BSc and a BTech? So for example, a BSc chemistry versus a BTech chemical, someone has asked, or generally what is the difference between a BSc degree versus a BTech degree at IIT Bombay?
Yeah, so the BSc is also, by the way, BS degrees are 4-year degrees. So in chemistry, mathematics or economics, they are 4-year Bachelor of Science degrees. So in the science-oriented department, these are called BS degrees. In the engineering-oriented department, like you said, chemical engineering, it's a BTech degree. So there's a more engineering technology component for the BTech degree and a greater science component for the science degree. We have a somewhat combination of the two. We have a BTech in engineering physics, so which is offered in the physics department, but also has engineering component within it, so it's called an engineering physics degree. It also has been in existence since 1982.
And follow-up question to that, is there a difference in perception of a BS versus a BTech degree?
I think perceptions can be outside, so you can decide what you are interested in. Don't worry about perceptions.
Add the same comment only. We should just do what we like, and with the flexible curriculum we have at IIT Bombay, what you enter with and what all you can achieve during your time at IIT Bombay, there is no restriction. So, find what you like and definitely join. Don't think so much about perception. Then there is one other question that is there. I think you have already answered this, Professor Mahajan. Like, what is like a percentage between mandated core and non-core electives in a BTech program or general undergraduate program?
Yeah, so we're asking for very fine-grained information. So you have certain number of credits which must be core, certain number of science engineering skills credits, certain number of HASMED elective credits, certain number of department elective credits, certain number of flexible elective credits, certain number of required lab credits. There's very fine-grained information. It's better not to stress yourself with this very detailed information at this point. Okay, this has been come up after very detailed discussions at various levels, and it's a good mix of theory courses, lab courses, so entrepreneurship, humanities, arts courses, other department courses. So, good mix of everything. And then enough flexibility that there are these 5 flexible electives which you can use to orient yourself in any way. You can use all the 5 flexible electives in STEM area. You can use all the 5 flexible electives in some humanities area, design area. So it's up to you. So there is sufficient flexibility is what I would like to say.
Thank you, Professor Mahajan. I will now direct a question towards Professor Swati. There is a question that has come up in chat. Is it difficult for PWD students to get a good CPA as compared to other students? So, like, maybe you can talk about, how PWD student can, help, what academic support they can have, and, what they can, institute will help them also during their time at IIT Bombay.
The faculty members, and there are few infrastructures like Moodle where faculty members record their teaching content, lectures, and they and also we are using few assistive technology which is appropriate to the student. But this is very varied. It depends on the extent of disability the person has, and also the what type of disability it is. But we always try to cater as best as possible. And also there are some flexibility, like if the person has visual impairment, to change the question of graphical interface related, which will substitute, which is based on the rules available. So, and also whenever it is very case to case specific, also PWD students shall discuss with the student and also with the faculty members and try to take other experts' help in this regard to make it more inclusive and friendly.
Thank you, Professor Swati. Again, the support system that is available will try to help you in every point along the way, no matter what challenge you face. So everyone, depending on new challenges, also if they come up, we are always happy to help students in our best capacity. Now, I'll move to some other questions. So there is, I think we have not covered this at all in the open house. Maybe there are a few questions related to medical facilities that are available on campus. So Professor Surya, maybe you can tell a little bit about. I'm sorry, I'm alternating them. Yeah, in the order that. Yes.
So at IIT Bombay, we actually have a primary healthcare facility, which we call it as IIT Bombay Hospital. There are no major operation theatre facilities that are available. Hence, we actually call it the primary healthcare. But surrounding within 3-4 kilometers, we have actually some of the best hospitals in Mumbai. So depending on the case to case, we actually redirect students to those hospitals. And if it is redirected by the hospital, all expenses are actually borne by the institute. So I think that's a concern to you. But we take care of our students as far as hospitals are concerned.
Thank you, Professor Surya. One other question that has come up, again I'll direct it to Professor Mahajan. Since IIT Bombay hasn't introduced a UG biotech program yet, what are the opportunities available for students interested in biotech?
So certainly additional courses can be done we have a full-fledged department of bioscience and bioengineering. Okay, they have very high-level research facilities. They have a master's program. They have a PhD program. Lot of PhD students, lot of master's students, so MSc, MTech. So all the facilities are there. All the resources are there. All the courses that they offer are available to the undergraduate students. So a minor is available through a dual degree interdisciplinary. They can opt for an MTech also in that discipline. So I don't see any difficulty. And in the coming years, we might come up with a bachelor's program also, but at this point, it is not introduced yet. But you have available various courses, an MTech through a dual degree program. Maybe you can do research projects in the top-notch labs over there. So a lot of possibilities still are there.
I think just another question we received in the Google form also, which was about why there is no UG program in biosciences as well. So is there something that will happen or a possibility for future students?
Yeah. So right now, there's a high-level institute committee which is constituted, which is actually looking at the possibility of offering such a bio program in the future at the undergraduate level. So you see, all these things have to require deliberations at various levels. So you have to talk to students, see whether there's an interest, talk to alumni, look at the job market. So for example, introduction of this BTech course in IEOR has also happened after many years of discussion, deliberation, looking at the market, requirement and so forth. So similarly in the bio direction also a similar thing will happen, and I expect in a few years we will have an undergraduate program in bioscience. What the name will be, we don't know at this point, but from the bio area we will have an undergraduate program.
Professor Mahajan. There is one question related to IEOR. I think maybe we'll ask our student representative and Professor Jayendran also to chip in. As 2024-25 will be the first batch for the IEOR BTech, how IITB will fill the spaces for that guidance from seniors of the IEOR branch, as there will be no seniors?
Yeah. So, as I told, our academic unit has been here for many decades, and right now also we have a healthy mix of students in the third and fourth year students who are doing UG minor, and we have students in their fourth year who are doing interdisciplinary dual degree program in IEOR. So some of these students are actually came forward and expressed interest to mentor the incoming batch also, and we'll also be using the help of our own current master students and PhD students also to help act as a mentor. And we are trying to put the youngest faculty member to help better connect with the students also as the faculty advisor for the incoming batch.
Thank you. Ananya, would you like to add something?
Nothing extra, just that we will allot mentors that have taken up IOR minors or have done sufficient courses to those students so that they get seniors with a little bit of experience.
Two other questions, I think Ananya, you only can answer, and I will request if anyone from the panel here also wants to add. First question is, what do people typically do after IIT Bombay? Like, what are the career prospects, industry and research post IIT Bombay? Internship opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities, what all are available for students at IIT Bombay, after their time at IIT Bombay? Or during their time at IIT Bombay as well, as internships they'll be doing during that time.
So again, there is no particular answer to this. After IIT Bombay, people take up jobs or go for higher studies or even go into entrepreneurship. But one thing is constant among all these people, that they become very equipped to deal with whatever they face. So what a student can do at IIT Bombay is utilize their core strengths, because as I said in the starting as well, you can explore any field, whether it's industry or research. You can do an intern here or in other universities. And there are enough opportunities here to explore all kinds of careers. So I think once you get here, there will be no shortage of any divisions. It is arguably the best gateway to any other career prospect that you wish to explore.
Anyone from the panel would like to add anything?
I got some questions on
yes.
both electronics department.
Yes, please.
Exchange program.
I'll just put on the electronic. We have something called the Department of Electronics, which actually encompasses electronics as well. In fact, we have very detailed specialization which actually people work on electronics part in Department of Electronics. And there are also faculty members in physics department who actually work a lot of it. So I think you don't have to worry about whether there is a separate name Department of Electronics. Department of Electrical Engineering encompasses electronics engineering also correct.
That has been a tradition. That's an old name of electrical engineering, which encompasses everything, and we never changed it. So that's all. And regarding
about semester exchange, we do have a provision for semester exchange, actually up to 2 semesters. And we have linkages with various universities in the Europe, in the US, in Europe, elsewhere. So students are basically allowed to spend 1 semester or 2 semesters there taking courses. And they can use them towards graduation requirements. And so routinely we have some 30-40 students going for such semester exchanges every year.
Anyone else in any other branch? So we are getting many questions specific to different branches also, like some environmental, mechanical. So if anyone would like to add something, anyone else in the panel? Internship, Ananya, have you talked about internship opportunities? I had asked you, maybe you can add a little bit on that as well. Yes. Like what are the internship opportunities available?
So there is a dedicated
and placement as well. Yes.
So there is a dedicated cell here called the placement cell, which takes care of and these people during the placement managers, they take care of companies from all over India, even abroad. These companies specifically come to IIT Bombay to recruit students, and they come for code, they come for tech, coding, analytics, consult, finance, research, everything, and the team takes care of it. So there is no shortage again.
A lot of students actually get replacement offers in the companies
where actually they do internship. So internship has become a very important component of actually students nowadays in the third year especially. A lot of students go for internship in the second year, but
otherwise institute actually facilitates.
Professor, okay, so much.
Just like to add also that at IIT Bombay, since about a couple of years, we have approved that students can take a break for a 1 semester or for a year for whatever they want to do. So somebody might want to explore like a startup. You know, after 2 years of BTech, they have some ideas, they want to take a break from academics, do something outside. Maybe they want to excel in sports or in music. You know, we allow that without any penalty. So they can, in fact, give a request for taking a break of this sort. go out for a semester or 2 semesters, come back, rejoin the program and complete the credits and go out with a degree. So this kind of flexibility also exists.
Maybe you can also talk about any research internships also students do pursue, right? In addition to industry internships.
Yeah. So students do pursue research internships also in universities usually. At least I remember once I was at a conference in Europe, and then coming back at the airport, met some 3-4 of our UG students who are also returning after doing a summer internship at a research lab over there. So this is also reasonably common.
Professor Kedare, would you like to add something like from a holistic perspective of IIT Bombay only, because all the students and we are seeing many questions related to it. So some comments from you will also be very helpful here.
Yeah, so I will say that to the students that there are, get into it. Get into the gear of being here. And all these questions will be sorted out because we have been sorting out all these things. There are systems, there are processes. Don't worry about it. And I'll also request the parents, because we have seen many parents just worrying how it will be. And I can understand that. I also have a daughter. And so I understand that what will happen to it. You'll like to see whether he will be happy. But then once he comes here, he is our student. And he is like our son and daughter. So don't worry about that. And there are systems. Of course, as long we just concentrate on what learning you can do, explore new things, experiment about the areas. There are faculty who can drive you. There are laboratories, various facilities as has been explained. So go on a learning mode. Just don't bother about other things. That's what I like to say. Internships are there. Pre-placement offers are there. There are a lot of contacts with alumni. Alumni also are bothered about how the life is because they have gone through it. We are building up a hostel which is like I will say a super hostel, which I wouldn't have imagined in my days. Hostel 8 and 21. But that's yet to come. Maybe by the time you pass out, that will be there. But so we are doing whatever best we can. At present, it's very good, excellent, and will improve. So that's the thing. So I'll especially request parents or your parents or the students that yes, be assured Mumbai is a safe place. Mumbai is well connected. And we have about 750 faculty members, and you name, and there is a faculty in that area. So, and from anywhere in the country. So we can have faculty talking all the languages of the country. So that's also no issue. There are cultural groups. Give the students the width of what India is, in the sense that they will also talk with students from various parts of the country. There are international students on the campus, and as was mentioned, you can do semester exchange internationally. So these are all facilities available. So, but as Professor Mahajan said, yes, there are systems in place. Don't worry much about it. And don't say how many credits I need to earn so that I can do MTech after my BTech. That's a bit far. It will come. You'll cross the bridge when you reach it. No issue. And there are systems to handle all these things. We have like as there are student grievance committee. If there are any issues, we can also have mechanism beyond gender and other issues. The normal routine issues are also handled. Cultural festivals are there, as you know. So just be there. That's what I will say. Any particular questions? Furthermore, we are here. Yes. We have arranged lunch for all of us here. Unfortunately, you can't join. But yes, we are here to answer your questions.
Thank you, Professor Kedare. So we got a series of questions. So I thought I will just take one and then kind of shift it to Professor Janani with additional question added to it, as it's a mechanical question as well as a women question. So there was a very general question asked like, is there any difficulties women face in any branch? That's a very general question. I would just like to reply to it by saying that I think we should not start by thinking we cannot do anything or something is not feasible. I think IIT Bombay has a lot of opportunities, a lot of support, and we should not limit ourselves by saying that this branch is not possible for this or this is there. It will never be visible as a student at IIT Bombay and from faculty, from your seniors, from placements, anything. And at the same time, you should also not limit yourself. Every opportunity is possible. Directed towards can women students do mechanical engineering? Professor Janani, I will ask you, can women students do mechanical engineering? What are their prospects?
I think, thanks, Meera, summarized beautifully. As far as a women faculty in mechanical engineering department, I can say that we are not held back in any way at all. In fact, the environment is so very supportive that you're put in front and made opportunities are made available to you very easily. I think the atmosphere encourages you to push yourself to limits that you can't even imagine. I think irrespective of gender, the mechanical engineering department in mechanical engineering, there are so many upcoming areas which every faculty is working on. For example, we have faculty who are looking at EV motor cooling. We have faculties who are looking at defense sector, AI ML. We have faculties collaborating in AI ML, C-Minds with respect to biomechanics, prosthetics building, smart materials, biomaterials. So the area is just vast, and the areas are in parallel to whatever is available in the world, which is going on in the world. Another important thing is a lot of industry projects are being made available. So faculty with their expertise are actually pushing the industry extents further. We have a lot of faculties doing startups. So for example, we have Professor Sridhar Balasubramanian who has a startup on AI/ML prediction of the weather. Right? So there's a lot of new technology that is being developed. We have internships that is supported by all of these faculties, startups, industries. So you can get to explore these new areas. And placements, as a result of all this experience that you have, we can say that we have got 85% to 90% placement as far as mechanical engineering is concerned. So this is as latest as last the data that I'm giving you. So, and this does not have any gender bias. Women and men, all of them equally are able to get placed. So I think you should feel very positive about taking this, and you can always reach out to any of us, the mechanical engineering department, or in fact,
Thank you, Professor Janani. Yes.
The very fact that Professor Meera herself is from civil, and the fact that Professor Janani is from mechanical, and they have of course done their BTech in civil and mechanical and have come up. So there is no need to worry anything that I am a girl. So yes, it's good, and you will bring different flavor to the life. So other thing I also like to say that of course 20% of the students are girl students. That supernumerary quota is there, so there is no doubt about it. But we have almost 125 faculty, women faculty on campus. So that's highest number in any IIT in India. So that's the highest number of women faculty on campus. So don't worry, you are just equally can do everything. Don't worry at all. And all these branches, you may worry that, oh, MEMS, metallurgy, what should I do? But let me tell you that all these branches, energy, civil, MEMS, chemistry, aero, they have a lot of scope, various ways, numerical work, policy issues, MEMS, metallurgy, material science is a very important branch, and going into the future, materials are going to be very important. IOR, for example, which we have added, is very important. Aeronautics, drones and various other things, lot of scope. So there is no branch, and civil especially, because people always ask me, should I do civil? I'm not getting any other branch. Should I do? I say, yes, do it. There is lot of like logistics, transport are part of civil. Then lot of modeling is required for civil, and so it's a evergreen branch. It's an evergreen branch. So don't say that these branches are of lower quality or lower scope. It's nothing like that. It's the flavor that I add to it that it becomes. So they will make you engineer, and then you can also do other things. But I say that to the core, civil is also important, energy is important, MEMS is important, chemistry is important, aero is important, and of course nowadays IEOR has come up. So, and of others, so I just taken some names to say that these all branches are important, going to lead to future, and you will have a great career in all these things. So don't worry about that. Over to Meera.
Yes. Thank you, Professor Kedar. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So there were some questions about, I think, NP10 courses. So whether they can count. So we allow 2 NP10 courses count towards the graduation requirement, department elective, but not for honors or minor or other different tags. So they are allowed. 2 courses are allowed towards department elective, or in general, you want to do these courses as some additional learning and want them recorded in the transcript. So surely that is possible. Yes.
Thank you, Professor Mahajan. I just wanted to add something here in addition to the discussion that we had from Professor Janani, Professor Kedare, that, IIT Bombay, generally the placements are very high no matter what branch you are. You are at an institute which attracts all the top students and top faculty, and the environment you have available here, it will give you skills to excel in whatever field you choose. And there are many conventional notations associated with different branches, like mechanical, like I'll give you an example of civil officer. People think that they're going to site and working. But a lot of computation has come into there. AI data science has applications in every branch almost. And a branch by itself is not just very limited by that conventional notion. So I'm seeing a lot of questions related to specifics of each branch. I would very strongly encourage you to just go to IIT Bombay and search the department name. All the departments generally have all the information available to what are the different opportunities that are available, what you can study, what are the prospects after taking that specific branch. So I would very strongly encourage you to do. We have a limited number of faculty from different branches here, but this I request you to take this opportunity to explore this further, and don't be restricted by that conventional notion. If you come at IIT Bombay, you will get all the possible opportunities that are available, and it will be state of the art in engineering. So just wanted to add my thoughts over there. Yes,
yeah, so I'll add, thanks Professor Meera. So I'll add to that, go by what you like. Not what's the scope is. Don't worry about that. Go by what you like. Physics, chemistry, math. These are the 2-3 subjects that you are used to. But look at the syllabus. They are emphasized on something. Just see that you will like to do this course. Do it, and then you can go ahead with that. So you always do what you like and not what you should. That should can be dangerous. But go by what you like. Right. So that's what I'll. And that's the talisman. That's the criteria on which you should decide the branch. I won't say that this branch is good, you should go to computer. We have seen people getting a good branch, but say that I didn't get computer. That's foolish. But then there are other sides. People also have got into computer and then found that, oh, it's not their cup of tea, and they want to go out. So this also happens. So don't go by what you should, but go by what you want to and what you can do good, best. and what you like. Okay, so that's one talisman I will give you.
Yes, Professor Givari. I think it's a very important advice. We all should follow throughout the life. We should do what we like.
Yes.
Yes, Professor Pradeep. Yes.
Yeah. So I see a lot of questions regarding chemistry. Faculty from chemistry department, I'll just give 2 cents on that. So the questions about whether the BS chemistry students can write GATE. Yes, they can write the GATE. Any student who completed 3 years of the program can write a GATE exam. That is one aspect. Second aspect is that aspects, and also somebody asked about the placements in chemistry. Placement in chemistry varies because some of our top students go for higher studies in US for PhD, and others who are interested in other aspects, they take minors in AI or whatever area they like. A lot of our students took minors in bio also. So, and they go for those kind of jobs. Like any other students in IIT, they also sit in placement, they get good jobs. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Yes.
There's one question about e-syllabus being very...
Yes, hectic. That person has asked many times.
So there is some question about whether electrical engineering syllabus is hectic. You see, we have our design curriculum, which is similar in all departments. Okay, and you do about 4 or 5 courses a semester plus 2 or lab courses. It's a good mix of theory course, practical course, other kinds of different kinds of lab course. So it's a mix of everything. And the well-performing students can do almost 20 more credits, almost 4 or 5 additional courses. So you see, we provide enough room to even do excess, to overload. So, and many students are actually doing that. So I don't think that there is any stress in that manner that you are having to do too much courses. In fact, we are allowing you to do more than what you are required to do. So there is no stress because of overloading of coursework. There's no such thing. If you want to take additional, there is provision for it. But the basic requirement, minimum requirement is not stressful.
There is many questions coming on environmental engineering, Professor Mahajan. Can you add something to it? Many questions are there regarding
environmental engineering. BTech has started a few years back, and it's a very interesting course. And also important, sustainability is one of the major issues. And as IIT Bombay, we are also having our own sustainability policy. Climate change is a major issue. There are going to be many ideas required, people required to work in sustainability. There is a plethora of issues there. Environmental engineering certainly equips it to handling the pollution-related issues, which you know are very important today. And then how the environment behaves, water, air pollution, and various other things, aerosol, water management in general. So yes, that's a very important course, and we should go about it. Hecticness, I'll add to what Professor Mahajan said, it's relative. Right? You will, some of you may enjoy being hectic. Right? So it's and you can suit it, as Professor Mahajan said that yes, you can make it faster, but you can also make it slower. Maybe he didn't add that, but yes, you can make it slower also. If you take a break or take a lower load if you want, that's also possible. So this flexibility is certainly possible. Then there was a question on whether 5-year dual degree can be made in 4 years. Not 4 years, but 4.5 years. Because we can do 3.5-year BTech and then complete MTech, right? Yeah, Professor Mahajan?
It needs to be 5 years because there's a year-long project involved and you can begin only in sync with the semesters. My advice is don't be in a hurry to do everything. You must endeavor to learn in depth and of course enjoy the curriculum, enjoy the campus also. And where is the hurry? You are just 20, 21-year-old, you know, there's plenty of time to do a lot of things.
So typically I say that after the first year, don't do internship, go to Himalayas or Sahyadri. And of course, on campus, there is a lake and there are birds. We have 250 species of birds. We have a bird watching group and various other things. So yes, be there. And yeah, that's it. from me?
In short, what I can definitely tell is it won't be as hectic as J advanced. That I can assure you. So it all depends upon how much load you want to take. The load that is prescribed is basically minimum load. Considering an average student in mind, that is actually said. That is the reason Professor Mahajan is saying that a lot of students, actually majority of students actually overload themselves. So it's really out of question that it's actually going to be hectic.
So don't overload. Also, I will say that, okay.
So after take, suppose you have done extra courses, you should get a mark sheet where it said that these courses are extra available. So if you want to do some masters later, you can use those credits with either IIT or some other institute which acknowledges or recognizes that. So, but don't overload yourself. That's also there. But let's see all that when you are here. Yeah, don't bother about it now.
Secretary, and thank you everyone. So we'll slowly wrap up the session. I think we have answered a variety of questions, and at the same point you have been given some general ideas about things, and links are provided to you, and you can always Google. So, you have got, because 2 hours is very less to let you know everything about IIT Bombay, considering how big the institute is and how many things are there. But please feel free to explore. See what is there, every branch you can learn more about it, and there was one question related to even like, are there women doctors? I just wanted to add, we did not address, there are women doctors, we have women student and counselors, all the facilities, you can avail as needed. And if there is something additional that is needed, you can always approach the institute, and institute has always tried to help students. So with that, we will stop the session at the moment here, and I hope you got a brief insight to life at IITB and what you will experience academically, culturally, socially, as well as physically in terms of sports. I don't know what the word for that is. Athletically, yes. So all of this, you have gotten a feel about life at IIT Bombay. And with this, I will conclude this session. But before concluding, I wanted to thank some people who have made this session possible. First and foremost, our director, who has been very enthusiastic about, making sure that we address all these queries and we encourage students to join IIT Bombay. I would like to thank all our panel members who took time off their schedule and took the effort to go over the questions that are there and given us such good insights into the queries that were raised by you. And I would like to thank the CD team, who have been working tirelessly, making sure all of us are visible, and we are being live broadcast, and we are all audible also, not just visible. So thank you so much, and obviously the JE office for coordinating this whole event, without which it was not possible. So with that, I hope I have.
Maybe I'll request who are the cameramen and technical staff, show them each other.
We have a very complex arrangement going on here.
So, and the backup team working on sound and working on internet. So we have all of them. See, that's one, and then you can see the other one. So this is a team we have. So thanks to that team also. And let me tell you, we have such high class communication technologies on board in our classrooms. Of course, not every classroom is recorded in camera. So, but we have all the facilities here. So this is our setup here. Thank you. Over to Meera.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. And in conclusion, I would just like to repeat the general theme. I hope to see all of you at IIT Bombay, and don't think anything is impossible and never limit yourself. So hope to see you all in a month. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Guru.